What's up, gang? I'm back at it again. Fit check for the day. I got my Goodwill Bin sweater and my cargo pants. I got told I look like a lesbian aunt today, and honestly, compliment. I'll take it. I was wearing my. I lost my I was gonna wear my red Vans, my red lace-up Vans with this outfit, but I could not for the life of me find them. So I ended up wearing my mom's lunch lady shoes from when she was a lunch lady. They're like the most awful. Wait, I have them right next to me actually. They're like I'm gonna touch them. They're just like the most awful. They're pretty comfortable, but they're definitely from Walmart, and they were bought on her budget of the money they gave her for her lunch lady outfit. So sorry, my nose is drippy. Like my cheese. I like my cheese drippy. Um, but yeah. So that's the fit of the day. What happened today? I failed an ASL test. It was really bad. She was signing things and I did not know what to say. So I literally just started writing down memes. I wrote down, oh my god. Or just internet brain rot. I was she was signing vocabulary words. I was I don't know what this is. And so I was writing down the Rizzler double chunk chocolate cookie. I wrote down the lyrics to Thick of It. It was so bad. And afterwards everyone was talking oh I felt kind of good about it. And I was and they all asked me and I was no, I failed. I'm done for. And they were oh no, I bet you got some right. And I was I literally didn't even look at her signing some of this stuff. It was so bad. And we always do our tests in two parts. The part where we, oh my god, I have a bowl cut right now and it's actually but at least I don't have the bald spots anymore. Covered up. Oh, forehead reveal. Wait, I forgot I did the bald episode. So you've already seen my forehead. Maybe, unless you're a new viewer, in which case. Hey! But she always does the test in two parts where the first one she record the first one we have to watch her sign something, and then the second one we have to record ourselves signing something. But it's what she gets to choose, so it's really awful. And it's always she picks the most niche signs ever. And it's I don't know how to sign raked leaves. Wait, actually I do. Wait, it's and then that's leaf. Wait, this is leaf. Oh my god. And then I was giving the Pledge of Allegiance, right? Any good person, I almost said any good person does, but honestly it does not matter. I was giving the Pledge of Allegiance in a good way. I felt goated. Some people just stand up. I was dedicated to my craft. I was standing there like this, and this old lady starts freaking out on me. Not at school. This was at youth group. Sorry, this is at youth group. And this old lady starts oh my god. Because I didn't have because my fingers weren't I did this instead of this, and I'm is it that deep? Does it matter? Can I not just appreciate the flag? And she called me out in front of everybody, and I was just kind of sitting there and that was kind of scary. But and sometimes when I get called out, usually I can see where it comes from, but that was doesn't matter. And whatever. I'm going crazy. That's my first point of what I wanted to talk about. I actually feel my sanity's leaving me. Every time I sit in every time I'm in my car and I get in my car and it's freezing cold outside, and then the windows fog up, and then I have to strip the windows, and then I have to strip the back windows, and then I have to strip the side windows, and everything's, oh my god, and everything's so cold. And yeah, so I just hate the winter. I think I have my seasonal depression and I do not like the winter. I want to go to sleep. That's my next point. Literally have, you can see the dark circles under my eyes. It's so bad because I oh my gosh, I love sleep so much, but I haven't had a weekend to myself in so long. I just keep either going to debate tournaments or going and hanging out with people in other cities, and that's fun, but it's just kind of can I sleep in on Sunday for once? That would be nice. and I have like no time to do homework either, so I'm like just like cooked. And I'm doing this right now. I had the decision where I was like, I'm either gonna film a video today or I'm gonna study for the ASL test tomorrow. And I chose right. Like, this is way better than, because honestly, like, even if I studied, I wouldn't study well. So, and I have homeroom tomorrow. Wait, so I'm like actually goated, so I can still study. But I get more joy out of doing this than I do just like pretending like I'm studying. Because then I just feel like worse about myself. You know? Okay, actually, I'm just not gonna talk about it. Handwriting. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, because I like handwrite these, and so I'm like looking at my handwriting, and then actually like, just like when I've like, oh my god, I know like I talked about it in like the first like, I almost called them episodes. It's like I'm filming like a personal like TV show where it's just like me yapping. But I talked about in like the first episode about, or my first video, I'll call it that, where how many times can I like stop before I like finish the sentence? But I talked about in my first video about how I had like really bad handwriting and how like I couldn't read it, and it's like actually so true. I keep like, okay, but every time I like see someone's handwriting who's like really, oh my god, the bangs are actually like killing me. Like, what is happening here? Okay, I think I made it worse. Okay, wait, no, that's but like every time I see someone who has like really cool handwriting, I'll like take a letter of theirs that like looks epic, and then like take it for myself and like start to use it. So like, and like, oh my gosh, I found this like chart I made not the other day. I made this chart when I was like in my freshman year of high school, because I used to have like an everything journal where like, this was before when I wasn't allowed to have the notes app on my phone. Like, actually, like, oh my god, it was like peak 2020, and I had like no electronics. It was so bad. But what was I saying? Oh my god, no, I had this everything journal, and I wrote down like where I got my handwriting from, and there was like some letters where it was just like, yeah, this is just like mine. It developed over time, and there was some where I was like I write my A's like this girl I met in my like 8th grade English class, and I'm like, how crazy, like, and like I didn't know that, I didn't remember that, and it's like, how crazy is it that that's just like there, like that's just like in my mind now. And I see her, like, I walk past her in the hallway sometimes, and every time I see her, I'm like, I write my A's like you. Or I had this like best friend last year, and like she had like the prettiest handwriting I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it literally looked like calligraphy, and now like all my like T's and my L's are all like curved like hers, and it's like, oh, it's so cute. But I feel like at this point, like, I keep like seeing things and like wanting to copy them, and so my handwriting's just like devolving, and it's like not even letters anymore. I was like, oh my god, what was it? I was in ASL, and I like, one of our like vocab words was like bell, and so I was writing like BELL, but I added so many like fancy like little twists to the L that my teacher marked it wrong. It wasn't the word wasn't actually bell anyways, but she crossed it out, and she was like, she put like, she like drew the confused emoji and put what do you call it, and put butt, like she thought I wrote butt on, and that was, sorry, my chair is squeaky, that was like actually so embarrassing. I've been watching a lot of late night recently, or not like, okay, not like late night like SNL, but like late night talk shows. Not what's his name, oh my god, Jimmy Fallon. Okay, besides him having the Rizzler on, like, Jimmy Fallon actually like drives me up the wall a little bit. But I love Jimmy Kimmel and Seth Meyers. I'm actually obsessed with Seth Meyers, and I love, what's it called, Weekend Update with Michael Jost. With Colin Jost and Michael Che. I think there's just like such lore there. And the Colin Jost and Pete Davidson buying a boat together. Like, every time my brother opens his mouth, he talks about how Pete Davidson and Colin Jost bought a boat. And like, it's the most like, I don't know, I guess it's the only thing that like brings him joy in life anymore. So good for him. But I've been like watching late night, and they just like went on this like big hiatus or whatever for like New Year's and Christmas. And like over this break, I like realized how awful it was because I only got my news from like late night TV, and it's like, you know how they talk about how like what the most like biased news sources are, and then like, oh, like Fox News is like right wing, and then like MSNBC is left wing, and it's like, what is late night? Like late night has to be like a whole entire like different like realm of just like alt left, like. So that's like the only news that I'm consuming, and they only talk about Donald Trump. And I'm sitting, I love the like writing and like the jokes, and I'm just sitting there like I only hear news about Donald Trump, and the LA wildfires because Jimmy Kimmel's in LA. I like because I drove down to California over the weekend, not the weekend, the what do you call it? I'm not over summer vacation, and I like got to see like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I got to like see his studio, and it was like super cool because I didn't know that he filmed in like an old Masonic hall, and like my entire family is like super Masonic, and I'm in like the Masonic youth groups, like when I talk about, so it's like, oh, it's so cool. And but my mom was like, because there's like a thing in like Freemasonry lore, like about the cornerstone and the like George Washington, like the cornerstone of the United States, because George Washington was a Mason, and there's like all this stuff, and like I've been to like a bunch of like cornerstone laying ceremonies, and they're super cool. And my mom was like, oh, it's a Masonic building, like we have to find the cornerstone on the Jimmy Kimmel building. So it's like broad daylight, it's like 102 degrees in California on the Hollywood boardwalk, and I'm like searching around on like the floor of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, trying to find the Masonic Corner Square on the Jimmy Kimmel Live building. And I found it, and I like have this awful photo of it because it was behind like these like metal gates that I'm sure they used to like queue up people while they're like waiting to get into the show. And it was really cool. But yeah, I yapped for way longer than I thought I would. So I like honestly don't know how to end these videos at all. I feel like I should have like a catchphrase, but I have the What's Up Gang in the beginning, and that's so embarrassing because I did that for the first like couple of videos, and I don't think I realized that I think I just like say it naturally, and that's like kind of bad. Like, okay, I'm a little bit curious if I can make it to 15 minutes. Um yeah. I feel like that would be cool. I'll just spin around in my chair for an extra little bit. I didn't clean my room before the start of this one, so it might be like a little bit messy, a little bit scary. I'm like terrified if I ever like take my eyes like off of myself on like my camera, cuz I'm filming this on my laptop, so I can like see like a giant picture of me looking back at me. Hey me. That was awkward. Um I need to stop saying but I'm like so paranoid that, cuz okay, so the first video that I ever posted on this account was a debate, and like not a debate, a speech, and I recorded it and then I posted it, but it was privated. And so like these people like got the link who were like my judges. It's funny now, like looking back, I could see the analytics from the video, and none of them watched my like speech all the way through, and I'm like, oh, thanks guys. But in that video we had to have like 2 minutes of prep time where we just like sat there and did nothing, where we like prepped our speech. Except for they gave us the topics beforehand, so I didn't get to. So I like no, I like got to have like literally the entire day to figure out what I was gonna talk about. So then when I like finally like I like had these speeches like basically memorized of like what I was actually gonna say. So then there was just this like awkward 2 minutes where I had to pretend to like take preparation time to like prepare my speech, but I wasn't actually. So I just kind of sat there, and then I'm not gonna. Oh my god, it was so bad. Like I rewatched the videos when I like started using this like YouTube channel, and it's just like me like oh my god, it's like the back of my head because I like refuse to look at the camera, and it's like that's so awkward. Like oh my god, like actually just the way I acted like 2 years ago was like so scary. And, like, I did not do it with confidence either. Like, if I did it with confidence, if I, like, confidently was showing you guys the back of my head, like, that would be, like, whatever. Because, like, at least it looks like I'm, like, killing it or whatever. But I was, like, scared and, like, doing it. It was just weird. But I hit 15 minutes, so maybe this video will take, like, an eon to upload. I don't know. But, bye-bye. Maybe I like Toodles better. Toodles!